Hello ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Lamar Haven. Welcome back to Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So the first thing you'll notice is if we come over here, you'll find a bunch of fairies. But, as you can see, our bottles are quite full, so we're not terribly concerned with that. So when last we left our intrepid hero, we were attempting to get our way to the final pendant by going through the infamously named Death Mountain. And now that we've gotten a lot of the extra things that we can possibly get from Death Mountain for now, we move on. Oopsies. So, as you come over here, you might notice a very auspicious portal. Entering it, however, causes us to enter another world. As a bunny! Look at him! Bunny Link. So cute! Oh, who are you, Mr. Bunny? This world is like the real world, but evil has twisted it. The golden power is what changed your shape to reflect what is in your heart and mind. I'm always changing my mind, so I turned into a ball. If you have a ball called the Moon Pearl, you can keep your original shape here. What do you want? You have something to say to me, silly rabbit? Came here to get the power of gold, but now I'm a freak and I can't get back to the real world. If I had the Moon Pearl from the Tower of Hera, I could go back to my original shape. I've got good reason to be stressed out. Now, so back off, shoo! Well, he seems to be picking on the poor ball guy. How mean. Not much we can do about it as a bunny, though. However, if you take the mirror that the old man offered us, up here, get a piece of heart, and a way to climb the mountain. So you see, the Dark World, which we were just in, looks very different from the Light World, the world we're in now. However, it's similar enough that you can keep up and see, and changes between the worlds can be quite obvious to notice. However, here, I recognize that text. Hold up the Master Sword and you will get the magic of Ether. Well, we don't have the Master Sword just yet, so this is something we're going to have to wait to get later. But this is it, the Tower of Hera. But I want to explore a bit. I mean, this is we are at the very top of Death Mountain. We might as well give it a look, right? Oh, well, looks like we can't give it much of a look. Something is blocking our path, and we can't do anything about it just yet. These enemies are quite tough. Usually they can't stand a spin attack like that as easily. That must be something we have to deal with later. So onward to the Tower of Hera. And you might immediately notice a bit of puzzle. We're going to have to hit those switches, and every time we hit the switches, something happens. Gah! Darn you! Little worm thingies. Come back here. Come. Stop it! One of the few enemies in the game that can be harmed by your boomerang. Alright. So, we got a key, and because we hit that switch, we can move on. However, I think we want to try this way next. Possibly. I don't remember very much about, oh dear, about this specific area. I was trying to aim down, I swear. What? Come on, give me a heart. I don't want the viewers to have to put up with your beeping constantly. Ah, see, there's a problem. We don't have the big key just yet. So, there's not much we can do in this room. However, notice the star? Stand on it, and it changes where the holes are. So don't we fall down? Back here. There we go. What do you have to say, Sahasrahla? I have some advice. In the dungeons, you can gaze in the magic mirror to return to the entrance at any time. Don't forget this. So yeah, the magic mirror has a second function. We have the map. So why don't we give the map a look? So we're currently on floor 2. There's a floor below us with 4 rooms, but we've already been to 1. There's one floor above us with only 3 rooms. Floor. See? It's actually a fairly small dungeon. It's just somewhat complicated. Whoopsies. I really need to be more careful with my health, don't I? Or I can demonstrate the mechanic where, if you have a fairy in your bottle and you die, the fairy revives you. Not at full health, mind. Totally on purpose. You can also release the fairy from the bottle and use it to heal yourself. Hey, come on. I want to clear out all the enemies just in case. Alright. That did nothing, so let's move on. Aha! Another room with a switch. But we can't do anything just because we unlocked that. Alright, well, I was gonna try and be fancy with pots and try and use them to get rid of most of these, but oops. But oh well. See, as long as you just keep yourself fairly perpendicular, I should say. Actually, that's not the word I'm looking for. Just face the bloody plates that are coming out of the ground and stick your sword out and you'll block every single one. Well, let's leave that switch unpushed for now so we don't have to face all of them at once. Come on, I want to kill all of you! Yep. Of course, this is dealing me a lot more damage than it needs to, but I want to be certain these aren't rooms where you find things from killing all the enemies. Ow. That was very rude of you, sir. Alright, well, you get lots of magic in this room, so the choice is obvious. And we've already got Big Key, so we can go back to that room we were in before. Let's go ahead and get the magic boomerang. It's pretty much always recommended that you upgrade your boomerang before this dungeon. One, because you've passed right by the place that lets you upgrade said boomerang. And two, because having the extra distance is quite useful. And I forgot I want to hit that switch before coming back. Whoopsie! Oh dear. Hey. Hit switch! Ow. Everything hurts in here. Okay, now that we've gotten that taken care of, hit switch one more time. And we're clear. For some reason, I feel like I want to hit that star. Nope, I want to leave it alone. And we're safe. Upwards to floor 4. Come here. Gotcha. Away with you! And we've got the compass. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm back. Apologies for the cut. Not much we can do about that for now, is there? And if we go up, we'll probably just go up a floor or two. So let's see if we can do anything to our left. Ow. Rude. Yeah, I'm gonna let that fire go away, thank you. Oh wait, that's the item for this dungeon. What am I doing? I could have sworn that was a different path. Look, my memory isn't what it used to be. Actually, it's never been good. My memory's always been terrible. As you can see, there's a problem. Can't get forward. Okay, so maybe I double fucked up. And I completely forgot that you are supposed to go up. And you are supposed to leave the stars aligned in that way. Because when you come up here, what we need to do is we need to use one of the stars here, I think? No? Huh. I might have been completely wrong about how I was supposed to set this up. I was completely wrong. I remember now. Don't worry. First you hit this. Then I think that should rearrange all of the holes up here. it did nothing. You're supposed to hit that star, which I completely didn't notice. Ah, I'm a scatterbrain. Alright, well, everything got fixed down here, though. Does it not stay consistent? Game, are you just out to make me look dumb? Alright, well, now that all that's been settled, approach that, fall down, approach from the top, by the way, so you don't fall on those, and we got the Moon Pearl. This protects the hero from the changing effects of the Golden Power. Alright, now that we finally got that figured out, and I'm sorry, I'll stop the beeping. Oh, come here. There we go. Okay. Only took me a couple tries to get that room done right. I'm okay with it. Are you okay with it? I don't care if you're okay with it. Moving on. You can get those pots open so you can get whatever reward you want from them. However, it is boss time. Probably one of the most annoying bosses in the game. What you want to do is point your sword ideally away from him, charge up, ow, and try and get a charge, a spin attack on that part, because you only get to hit it once before he pulls it safely into him. However, if you fall down, you're prepared to do it all over again. So, yep, you guys get to experience the hatred that everybody has for this fight, because I'm gonna make you watch it. I'm not cutting out every time I fall down. That'd make it too easy, because I have to experience the whole going through this room over and over again. You have to experience going through this room all over and over again, because I said so. Oopsies. I poked it with my sword. Nope. Well, see? Oh, just barely missed that hole in the ground. Gotta dig the music, I guess. Maybe. See, the threat from this boss isn't even the fact that he tries to hurt you. It's just that you fall down a lot. It's a waste of time. Interesting, in that it's a different mechanic than most bosses, but annoying. So, great concept, poor execution. Oh, well, stop it. And he does get faster, of course, because why not? Not fast enough, though! We got ourselves a heart container and the pendant. You won the Pendant of Wisdom. With this, you have collected all 3 pendants. Go now to the Lost Woods to get the Master Sword. Alright, so let's go do that immediately, shall we? Don't have a way, unfortunately, to get down here very quickly, except for a few shortcuts from falling down and whatnot. And here's our exit. However, maybe we should explore the Death Mountain a little bit. There is something we can do now that we have the Moon Pearl, after all. So if we head all the way back over here to the portal we entered before, we go from Link to Link. Let's see if we can talk to these guys and see if they change different. You didn't change your shape? You weren't just a normal guy, are you? Wow, your shape didn't change. You got the Moon Pearl, huh? Hop on down here and let's see what's in here. We can now explore this area to our heart's content. Except, yeah, can't seem to get across. And look at these. They're all molten-y and stuff. Very creepy. I like it. Here we have our way back up in case we wanted it, but just demonstrating there's nothing up here. Except look at that view. Very scary. So now we get to see what's in this cave. It's a fairy! So as you can see, in the Dark World, you don't have this way back down the mountain, the way the old Nan showed us. Speaking of the old Nan, he has no home in the Dark World. So I think he doesn't live in the Dark World. That would suck. And here we have... these are just to indicate that there's a bridge here in the Light World, really. Otherwise, they're kind of useless. So yes, this was pretty much a completely fruitless endeavor, but this is our first time really being able to experience the Dark World and explore it in any meaningful way, including these odd soldier minions. So now that we've experienced this to its fullest, let's go ahead, use the magic mirror, and get out, because we're kind of limited as to where we can travel in the Dark World up here. But now we're going to start looking for more and more of those various portals, and since we have the Moon Pearl, we can fully explore many areas of the Dark World. Oopsies. Keys, man. It's the keys. It's always the keys. Alright. So, be careful not to bounce off the wall when you get down here, because you're dashing, you'll fall right into a pit. And we are here, right in front of the Dark Woods. Well, pretty much as in front of as we can get. Alright. I like to have the boomerang on hand just because it's useful as a combat weapon. Let's see if I can't get some hearts and stuff. Nope. Stupid bird, go away! And what's this way? Oh, right, it's you. I'm not gonna gamble anymore, thank you. Oh, well, it spawned all the enemies that I hate so much. Alright, if you take this path that the mushroom was in, now, this will take you along the right path to go ahead and get the Master Sword. Oh right, you do see some of the animal sprites again. My mistake. Suddenly, Sahasrara contacts you telepathically. Haven, it is extraordinary that you won the Master Sword that makes evil retreat. With this shining sword, I believe you can deflect the wizard's evil powers. The destiny of this land is in your hands. Please, Haven. And we get the theme. However, I did neglect to check this out. The hero's triumph on Cataclysm's Eve wins 3 symbols of virtue. The Master Sword he will then retrieve, keeping the Knight's line true. That's the translation, and we now have the Master Sword, gleaming with all of its power. And I think it's actually a mistranslation. I think it's supposed to be the Sword of Evil's Bane. Haven, help! The soldiers are coming to Sanctuary! Oh no. Sounds like Princess Zelda is in trouble. And you might notice, though, that the fog has lifted from this area. This is extremely important, because it seems that whatever the Master Sword was sort of hiding itself in a way. Keeping itself hidden, using the fog and the mists to cover itself. However, that's no longer true. The sword has revealed its purpose. Alright. Well then, there is something we can do, though. You might remember that inscription we read at the top of Death Mountain. Oopsies. I completely forgot I need to do that. Well, we can go to Death Mountain and take care of that right now. And in fact, so while we can take care of that right now, I think it's a more pressing matter to deal with what's going on with Zelda. And what's going on with my taking constant damage, and my health pool laxing a lot. Come on, Haven. You're better at this game than this. Give me some hearts so I don't have to use a bloody fairy. Come on, game, work with me here. It's not gonna work with me. Looks like I'm using a fairy. Normally I wouldn't use them so often, however, I don't want you guys to hear the constant beeping. Alright, here we are at the Sanctuary. Oh, yes, a feature of the Master Sword I forgot to mention. That. Whenever you're at full health, you'll shoot out that swirling beam. It's about as strong as your original sword. Oh no. Haven, you are a second too late. I've failed Zelda. The soldiers have abducted her. They're taking her to the castle. You must find her before the wizard works his magic. Please, you are only hope. Alright, well our mission is clear. The wizard must be defeated and Zelda must be saved. Let's move to the castle as fast as possible. Yep. Giant Skull tells us. But you might have also noticed the sparklies that were on the map. The sparkle stuff is the, if you might remember, that's where we left the portal that we took from the Dark World. I'm just exploring this area because we haven't actually done it yet, even though it's kind of mostly pointless until you get to over here. It's just an entrance over here to the side of the castle. And you can see that they've upped the security around here. But none of them are a match for us. Anyway, when you leave the Dark World and leave that portal behind, you can always use that portal to go straight back to the Dark World, if you wish. However, it'll get rid of that portal. Alright, so actually, I think, we want to take this path. If you remember that door I showed you earlier that had the electricity monster thing in front of it? Yeah. We can do something about that now. Like that. And now we get to the actual dungeon of Hyrule Castle. At least a mini dungeon of sorts. Notice how these guys are not stunned very long by the boomerang? Yeah, they're pretty tough. They, shoot, they're a lot tougher than I remember, actually. Alright. Get away! There we go. That's a lot better. You should use the spin attack more often against those guys, because they just have a tendency to be a little too sturdy. Alright, looks like we need to use our lantern here to be able to keep seeing. Whoopsie! Nothing else in here. Except more enemies! Just make sure to take out your lantern at some point because... Ow. See, it didn't actually deal me enough damage to have me get dealt a heart of damage, so I can still use my my attack from the Master Sword. Alright. And yes, it is a neat little trick that you can light torches even from the other side of these little barricades. Away with you! I have a princess to save. And you can just safely ignore them. And of course, I didn't get rid of my lantern just yet because you still need it for this room. At least sort of. I mean, it's not like it's going to open anything, it just makes it a lot easier to travel. Here, however, does nothing. They're basically trying to trick you, and you already would have the lantern out from the previous room, probably. So you're like, oh, well this will convince them to use the lantern in here. And I was completely wrong. I forgot that you still don't have light in this room. You got the light from the previous room. Silly me. Here I am trying to explain stuff and act like I'm all smart and everything, and I have incomplete information. What a horrible human being I can be sometimes. Anyway. Go away. Where do you get all those spears from, anyway? Never mind. Pretend I didn't ask. Listen well, Haven. Even with the Master Sword, you cannot inflict physical harm on the wizard. You must find a way to return his own evil magic power upon him. That must be a hint how you fight the enemy. And by hint, I mean they're flat out stating how you beat the enemy. Alright, we're almost there. A few more rooms, and we'll be able to save you, Princess Zelda. But that was very rude of you, sir. Oopsies. Much better. Let's see if I can get some hearts from these. Yay, a heart! So I don't have any fairies left, because I've been using a ton of them. Oh dear. Let's see. Bow and arrow? Ow. The bow and arrow used to be stronger than your sword. I don't know if it still is. Wow! That's some, Robin Hood shit right there. Yes, there we go. That's much safer than fighting with the Master Sword, though. Hi, guys. Bye, guys. Alright, so here, kind of just want to pick off enemies from a distance if at all possible, because them bouncing you around like that just makes you fall down a ledge. Oh, come on, that arrow should have hit him. Work with me here, game! Uh-oh. But this might be it. Haven, I've been waiting for you. I was hoping I could make Zelda vanish in front of your eyes. Behold, the last moment of Princess Zelda. What have you done with her? With this, the seal of the 7 wise men is at last broken. It is now only a matter of time before evil power covers this land. After all, the legendary hero cannot defeat us, the tribe of evil, when we are armed with the power of gold. Now I must go. Oh no, you don't. Come back here. Oh, so, you mean to say you would like to be totally destroyed? Well, I can make their wish come true. Alright, so what you want to do here is be very, very careful. Oopsies, I missed it. And whenever he summons that ball like that, you want to attack it. However, when he summons that type of ball, it just splits into many pieces. Unfortunately, when he's at that angle, it's not very easy to get the ball to deflect back at him. Your best bet is to try and be close, and better not. However, if he doesn't follow you like he was, his gaze doesn't follow you when he stops, that means he's going to summon the lightning, which you can't do anything about. So your best bet is to get to his sides. And he usually only does that from the top of the room, or the left or the right, I believe he can do it from. There we go. We're getting a good rhythm going. And this is pretty much the entirety of the fight. Ow. Yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate what happens when you try and attack him directly. Come on, do something. If you're close enough, you can usually hit that from far enough away that none of the parts that bounce off can actually hurt you, especially if you have the special shield I do. Ah, darn it. You gotta be pretty on point with where you are standing, though, for that to work. I just had to at least once. Ugh! Well met. like the true hero that you are. But I'm not ready to admit defeat yet. I will draw you into the dark world. Draw me into the dark world? What could you possibly... Uh-oh. Haven, it is I, Sahasrahla. I'm communicating to you across the void through telepathy. The place where you now stand, was the Golden Land, but evil power turned it into the dark world. The wizard has broken the wise men's seal and opened a gate to link the worlds at Hyrule Castle. In order to save this half of the world, the light world, you must win back the golden power. You must also rescue the 7 maidens who Aghanim sent to the dark world. As members of the bloodline of the 7 wise men, they have power that will surely help you. The maidens are locked in hidden dungeons full of evil creatures and dangerous traps. The Palace of Darkness should be your first goal in this world. Haven, I can rely only on you. Please make this old man's wishes come true. I beg you. Alright, we have beaten Aghanim, and we have entered the dark world. But what awaits us in this strange, mysterious land? And can we save the maidens and Princess Zelda herself? Thank you very much for watching.